Good morning, everyone. I've just left my friends in Petawawa. Thank you very much, Angela, Maddie and Ryan, for looking after me. Heading now towards Quebec and hopefully see some things there we didn't get a chance to see because of 4 days of rain on the way out here. Yeah, I'd stayed an extra couple of days in Petawawa because it'd been forecast for quite a lot of thunderstorms and some heavy rain. Well, it never happened. But as much as it sucks to be a couple of days behind where I expected to be at this point, it was a good chance to spend some extra time with friends who are soon to move to Cold Lake in Alberta, so I don't know when I'll be able to see them next, so have to take advantage of these things while you can. So anyway, I'll catch up with you later on the road. I just fueled up Nelly and fueled up myself at Tim Hortons. A couple of breakfast sandwiches and an orange juice to start the day. Don't often have breakfast, but felt like it today. We should be at our first destination in about 3 hours. I found it funny that so in the last 5 days I've actually only been on the road for 1 day because I had a couple of days in Niagara with friends and then a couple of days in Petawawa with friends. And I got the old camera shyness back again this morning. So, talking to you now to help myself overcome that. We're going to Mont Tremblant, which I believe is the tallest mountain in Quebec. I'm not sure, I'll check that. But it's certainly the most famous. And one I've never seen before. And as I say, we didn't get to do much at all in Quebec before because there was a big storm rolled through for about 4 days on our way out. So I tried to beat the storm, didn't succeed. You might remember I got particularly soaked when I got down to near Mirabel and had to grab a hotel for the night, which was really expensive. But anyway, these things are sent to try us. Well, my route from Petawawa to Mont Tremblant has, for some reason, taken me off the highway right into what I presume is downtown Ottawa. I don't know how central this is, so I don't know if we're going to pass near Parliament or anything. Oh, Constitution Square, that sign says. I'm none the wiser. I'd like to know really where I am. I might, you know what, I'm going to pull over I think in a minute. See how close we are to everything, because if we are really close, it'd be a shame not to see a couple of the sites. I say they weren't really on my to-do list. I'm going to have a look at the map, see what we got. Well, it turned out I was literally 500 metres from Parliament So thought rather than turning left and carrying on our route, wouldn't take much out of our day to come and have a quick look. I don't know if there's anywhere around here to park. Well, I'm sure there is. It'd probably charge you a fortune. But we'll see if we can do a quick loop round Parliament here. Just looking actually for the memorial. I can't remember where it is. Something going on over there, not sure what. I was just allowed to leave, having paid my respects at the memorial there, and fortunately the marching band is just coming through on the other side of the street. I haven't got time to get across and get a close-up for you, but I think you can see them just coming through behind that tree. They all look very young. I think that's probably a cadets marching band. Well, that was fortunate. Well, that was a bit unfortunate. Having paid to get into parking, turns out I couldn't fly the drone. So, as I go away from the mountain, actually, you should be able to get a decent view of it. There you go. Hold that down, you should be able to see it. guys giving me memories of the last time I was in Quebec. What is it with Quebec and rain? Oh my lord. Oh well, hopefully we get lucky. Yeah, we're about to hit the rain. Good old Quebec, you got me again. Good morning everybody. So yesterday, one way or another, was quite the disaster. I set off from New Brunswick, I don't know, about 8:30 yesterday. All good. Started making my way over to Mont Tremblant, and on the way, my lady in the ear from Google Maps decided she wasn't going to talk to me anymore. So fair enough, I want to be like that. I switched to the GPS, and that's okay, but it doesn't talk to me in the ear. For some reason I can't get it to hook up to the helmet. Anyway, all's going reasonably well. I get to Mont Tremblant, get my drone out ready to fly, and of course a big warning comes up, can't fly your drone in this area, which I wondered actually because I saw a helicopter overhead, so I thought, oh, this is probably not going to work. So I didn't really get the beautiful pictures I wanted of the mountains there, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes. And then the GPS got really confused around Quebec. There were a lot of roadworks and diversions, so I guess that hadn't got into the system yet. So it took me about half an hour to get away from the edge of Quebec. Oh, and in the meantime, having been no rain forecast, some pretty heavy showers between Montreal and Quebec, so I had to take the camera off because it's not waterproof with the mic attached. So didn't get any footage there. Anyway, by the time I've got out of Quebec, it's getting dark. So I'm going along, eventually on the 20, I think it is, up to Rivière-du-Loup. And I get a guy on a motorbike made a kind of funny sign at me, and I thought he was telling me to get into the second lane, which it proved I had to because there's some more roadworks. But then a bit further on, people were flashing me and I didn't know what's going on. Eventually, so I put the hazard lights on, pulled over, and of course, because of the camber, normal thing, couldn't get the right angle to extend the bike up, so I'm trying to do a tight right turn to get a bail around for the bike. Don't I drop it at like 1 kilometre an hour or so? I was like, oh, unbelievable. I mean, she is kind of more top heavy than usual at the moment because I've been carrying the 3 litres of fuel on top of the back, so that's a little bit extra weight. And also I took the backpack off her back, which really wasn't holding much, but that's also on the top of the back, so a little bit of extra weight to unbalance things. Oh, I nearly forgot, I'm just turning in to a car park in Mont Tremblant, and I'm not really paying much attention, and it's a slight, well, yeah, decent incline to the right, and I'm kind of going, you know, 1 or 2 kilometers an hour as I'm trying to look at what I've got to do to pay, and don't I drop it? Oh dear. So twice yesterday I dropped the bike at less than walking pace. I mean, both were ridiculous and so embarrassing. Luckily both times people were there to help pick the bike up. So anyway, back to the why people were flashing me. When I eventually got the bike up and had a look, the tail light had gone out. Now that may have been down to the drop in Mont Tremblant. I don't know. I just tapped the light case and it came back on, so obviously a loose connection in there. So I mean, it's now getting pretty dark. I decided I'm about 200 kilometers from Rivière-du-Loup, and I've booked a hotel for a change, and so I have to ride with my my flashes on for the last 200 kilometers. Well, Lord knows what everyone thought about this guy going along at normal speed with his flashes on. But anyway, got there, no problem. Again this morning the light's working fine, so it's something I'm going to have to get looked at as soon as I get back. And yeah, anyway, all in all, quite an eventful day, and I didn't get much on video, so that sucks. Anyway, today I'm just heading for home. I've been through New Brunswick before. There are some bits and pieces I'd like to do, but given the choice of making a beeline for home and getting home, hopefully in daylight, this afternoon, this evening, whatever, I'm going to go for that option. So I might not see you till the ferry unless I see something interesting along the way. Catch you later. Bye. I forgot to mention that yesterday's ride was 872 kilometres. I'm not sure, I thought it was the longest day, but I'm not sure. When I went from Dawson through Alaska and then ended up in Whitehorse, I think that was about the same distance. So if not the longest, the second longest day of the trip. So glad to get that one behind me. Today is, I think, it's a little less than 600 kilometres. I don't know if that includes the distance of the ferry or not, but I won't be riding that bit, so it doesn't matter if it does or it doesn't. Anyway, that's it now. I'll see you later. Number one priority when I get back is to go and see my chiropractor. For about the last 2.5 weeks, I've had a real crick in my back, just below my left shoulder blade, and of course even with having a couple of days to rest here and there, it's just not enough time for it to fix itself. So we'll go for the mechanical fix. So really looking forward to seeing Mike. Anyway, I think that's it now. I've done waffling. I'll catch you later. I just stopped for lunch at the Irving Big Stop. I think we're about 200 kilometres or so east of Rivière-du-Loup now. And we're going to head on down towards Fredericton. Very disappointed to see that it's actually 1 o'clock here. It's a problem with moving east, is that you hit the time zones going the wrong way. So I've got less time than I thought, but hopefully we can still make it in reasonable daylight. I think total we've got to go now is about just under 500 kilometres. But I imagine that includes the time spent on the ferry, so a little less driving for me, riding. Anyway, we'll head off down to Fredericton. From there we're going to take a right turn down to St John and grab the ferry over to Digby. I think I probably said before, but New Brunswick has been probably the province that has surprised me the most with how beautiful it is. I mean, you expect the mountains of BC and Alberta and the ruggedness of the Yukon and the Northwest Territories, but I guess I just didn't have any expectations for New Brunswick, even though I had passed through here before, about 12 years ago. I guess I wasn't looking out the window that day. But, of course, I've started this talk on a bit where you can't see any of the damn landscape. Believe me, it's very beautiful. Yeah, it'd be nice to explore more of New Brunswick when I'm not on a highway, but as I said before, it's just about getting home today. Look at that, 100 kilometers an hour carrots. That's fast food for you. I've just passed, going the other way, one of those huge motorhomes, like a Winnebago type thing, which was towing a full-size pickup, and on the back of the pickup was what looked like a Harley. Just like, couldn't you leave anything at home? Really? Oh well, each to their own. I find it pretty funny. Just get on the damn Harley, man. I just stopped for a short break, as I do normally every about 100 kilometers, sometimes 150, whatever, just trying to keep fresh. But I had to take a couple of ibuprofen because my back is killing me today. Partly due to the long day yesterday, but it's not been good for a couple of weeks, as I mentioned earlier. But I decided as well there shouldn't be any shortage of gas stations for the rest of the way home. So just to take a little bit of weight off, I put the 3 or so litres that I had in the fuel bag in the tank, and also remembered to put on my remote camera starter, so you can actually have some extra graphics on the rest of these videos for today. Anyway, well, I think we're about 100 kilometers to Fredericton, and then I'll fill up and hopefully that will get us to St. John. That was quite a nice looking river down there on the right. Hope you saw it. Right, see you later. I just filled up and had a quick snack in Fredericton, and we're now about 100 kilometers from St. John. I think the time's about maybe 20 to 5, something like that. So we'll be there in about an hour. Just hoping we get a quick crossing on the ferry, because check my back light again and it's not working again, and don't really want to drive along using my flashers all the way from Digby to home. It's only about an hour, maybe an hour and 20, I'm not sure, but be just my luck having ridden 23,000 kilometers or whatever it is so far, get pulled over by the police in the home stretch. So we'll have to see what happens. Hopefully I can get over in the light and we're good to go. Anyway, I'll catch up with you when we hit St John. Well, I've arrived in St John and I just turned up to catch the evening ferry. There isn't one. But I'm booked on the 8 o'clock ferry tomorrow morning. Got to be here at 7. So, no alcohol tonight, young Christopher. I've booked a cheap motel. So I'll go back and relax and rest my back because it's not been a good day for the back today. Anyway, I guess I'll see you all in the morning. Have a good evening.